Welcome to ARK Aberration. Today we're going to look at the best drops to loot on the map. This includes your regular drops, your cave drops, and your surface drops. We'll be looking into all the loot tables today, and I'll be giving you a really good example of what you can get and where. So let's get into it. I've pretty much compiled all the loot in the game so you don't have to. And this has all been calculated with ×1 rates for loot. So if you have any higher, you will probably get a lot better quality than I have. But mine's default like you would find on official servers. So on the surface, it has 4 types of drops, and these all have ring variants as well. We're going to be starting off with the blue drop you can find up there. So let's have a look in here. I also have the names enabled on these, so it's easier to look at for you when it comes to the video. But here we go. Let's have a look. Arthropleura saddles, bear saddles. We have a few blueprints for ammo and stuff like that. Carno saddles, chitin equipment, a lot of it actually. We have some Diplodocus saddles, bear saddles, a bunch of fur and ghillie you can also get up here, as well as soups, gunpowder, handcuffs. Seems to be a few harpoon launchers as well you can get up here, and some tools. You could also find a odd Megalania saddle up there as well. Now there does seem to be a lot of Parasaur saddles. You're going to notice that as a massive theme throughout this video. You also have a bunch of sap that drops from these if you need some, a bunch of ammo, and something really interesting I find in the ab drops is you can actually get Bob's Tall Tale stuff dropping out of the drops for some reason. I don't know if this is such a thing just for people that own it, but they seem to be popping out either way, in all qualities of all kinds. But either way, for the rest of this drop, it gives you a bunch of stone stuff so you can build with it. Moving on, we're going to look at this surface blue ring drops so you can see what comes out of those in a slightly better quality. And let's start over here. We got Aranio saddles, more chitin, Megalania, hatchets, picks, more Parasaur. Ravager's saddles is also dropping out of this one, as well as a tiny bit of scuba. A bunch of blueprints for, you know, arrows and stuff like that. A bunch of Arthropleura saddles and frog saddles, Carno saddles. And we have a bunch of cured meats in here as well, such as jerky, prime fish meat, and cooked lamb chop. We also have a few crossbows in here, which can be pretty good. Mastercraft, bear saddles, loads of fur, loads of ghillie again, some green gem. For some reason, loads of leech blood for some reason. Quite a few long necks actually drop out of this one. Not very good quality though. Some tools, obsidian, pelt, sap, Parasaur, pikes, BPs. You also got a bunch of guns in this one, such as shotguns and simple pistol, as well as the ammo for them, spray painters, and then once again lots of stone structures in this one. Now up on the surface, you don't only get blue drops, you can also get purple drops, so we're going to be looking into purple ones next. And we're going to go straight into this one at rapid pace. I'm going to chapter the video. If you need to look through these parts, feel welcome to. But either way, we got something different in here. C4 charges, advanced bullets are very, very common in purple drops. But you can see one of our really good drops here so far. We got Carkinos saddle popping up, which is always very nice. Megalosaurus saddle, which is going to be really good for the DLC. Variety of them pops up here. Metal picks, scuba. Also got a yearling saddle popping up now in here. Tons of advanced bullets, ammonite bile, Arthropleura saddles, Barry saddles, Basilisk saddle is popping up now. And we scroll a bit down into the further deeper part of this loot set. We got some flak cropping up in this one, so you can get some of that. A little bit of fur and ghillie, not as much as the last one. A lot of attachments for some reason. A bunch of elevator platforms as well. Megalania saddles seem to be quite lucrative in these in these drops. We got organic polymer, some of it's spoiled already. Loads of Ascendant Parasaur platform saddles, roll rat saddles, scuba for days. We also got a bunch of stone parts in here as well, as a couple yearling ones as well. Looking up at the top part, we have our surface purple ring drops. Let's have a look in here and what's different about these. So scrolling down, loads of advanced bullets again. There's so many in these drops. Aircons is a different thing in this one this time. More Arthropleura, Barry saddles, Basilisk saddles. and some bunk beds, which we didn't see in the previous. We also have some electric prods and elevator tracks in this one. More flak, attachments for ghillie. I have loads of attachments in here and medium elevator platforms. We also have our first primitive long neck rifle popping up in there. Don't seem to be awfully common though, but there's some library storage as well in there. A bunch of organic polymer again, more parasail saddles, sap, loads of scuba, and some shotguns in here as well, just your average ones though. We also got a couple of vaults in this one, as well as your normal stone stuff. Moving up the tiers, we go to our sweet yellow drops, which people tend to get excited about. Let's have a look at the basic one. In here, we're starting to get assault rifles coming up as well. We got Barry, Basilisk, climbing picks also showing up, as well as compound boats. Also, Facilusucia saddle is also starting to make a show. And Gigantoraptor saddles also, as well as hazard gear is starting to show up in these yellow drops. So some really good stuff in here. And our pump action shotguns are starting to show, BPs and all sorts. Scrolling down into the mix, loads of Basilisk saddles, loads of charged batteries for free, charged lanterns as well as climbing picks and electronics. We have our Fabby pistols and sniper rifles in this one, and a little bit of flak, not a lot. There is a lot though of Gigantoraptor saddles, so if you like Gigantoraptors, this is the one to look in, as well as a glider suit and some goo guns. If you want different quality goo guns, that is the place to go. Heavy auto turret preserving bins. We also have the KiahOnARK saddle, quite a bit in here, some metal arrows, loads of metal structures as well in here. Polymer prefab made, some pump shotguns in here as well, not very good quality though, and loads of riot gear is now cropping up as well as Spino saddles if you want to use those for the boss, and some veggie cakes if you want. Moving on to the yellow ringers, let's have a look at this and keep the pace up on this video because it's going to be a long one. We have some flak, some better quality in here indeed. Gigantoraptor saddles, hazard suit is popping up in here in really good quality actually. I got a really good roll. Advanced sniper rifle bullets, baryonic saddles, basilisk saddles, batteries again, climbing picks, loads and loads, a butt ton of snipers in here if you like those. More goo guns, KiahOnARK saddles, quite a bit of Megalosaurus saddles in here as well. They seem to be dotted throughout quite a lot of these. Loads of pump shotguns, and again loads of riot. You seem to get quite a lot of riot. And something exciting about these ringed ones is you get rock derrick saddles popping up in them. I actually got a couple through this, so you might get lucky and get a rock derrick saddle out of these yellow ringers. More scuba, more Spino saddles, and the Yeeling saddles are still popping up and going through. By the way, if you need to pause any time in this video to look at the things in what I'm going through, feel free. I'm trying to call out the really important ones, so it helps out though. And now let's hit it with the surface red drops. These really good drops. You should get really juicy stuff from here. So you can see advanced bullets, ammos, Facilusucia saddles coming up hard. Loads of Hazzy stuff, riot stuff, Spino stuff, assault rifles, compound bows a little bit low in here, but you can get them. Loads of Faso saddles, you're going to get tons. And we have the Ascendant Gene Scanner cropping up in here. We have a lot of, not riot yet, but we have a lot of Hazzies if you need that. There's also industrial grills now popping up if you need one of those. A bunch of metal gear, minigun turrets, mind wipe potions, some pump shotguns. I actually got quite a decent one in there that rolled. A bunch of riot gear as well, and what you're here for is the rock drake saddles. Got a load of those in here, which is a good sign, and a bunch of Spino saddles. If you want a Spino army in Aberration, the drops definitely cater to them, I can tell you that. And let's have a look at the surface red ring drops. These are really juicy. So we got a lot more Faso ones, tons of Faso saddles, loads of Hazzy gear, riot gear, rock drake BPs in here as well as rocket grenade BPs. Scrolling out through here, you can see we're getting things like auto turrets, chem benches, loads of compound bows once again cropping up, and tons of Fabby sniper rifles, tons of Faso saddles, gene scanners. We're also getting loads of hazard gear, which is really good. Industrial cookers as well, which is crazy. Industrial grill and grinder cropping up. Loads of metal structures, polymer pre-made, more pump shotguns if you like those. Loads of riot gear, absolutely tons of that stuff. Loads of pre-made rock drake saddles as well. You have to excuse the earthquakes. And a bunch of Spino saddles, like I said, really good in this one. And a stopwatch, which is interesting, as well as some veggie cakes. Now we've had a look at our surface drops, let's have a look at the cave drops. And I mean the artifact cave drops. There are 4 of these. And in my personal opinion, this is where the best loot is hiding at this time in Aberration. Before, it would have been mostly the surface. But this time for Ascended, they have cracked. And I mean, they are cracked in the caves. So going in the cave and getting any type of drop will be worth your while. Trust me on that one. But let's start off. We have different colors. We have blue, purple, yellow, and red cave drops. And they do not come with a ring variant. So starting off with blue, you're about to see what I mean. Here we go. You could already see this is saddle heaven right here. Loads of frog saddles, Anki saddles. We have loads of cutting gear, Kano saddles, crossbows are insane in these blue drops. We have bear saddles, fur for some reason, ghillie handcuffs, harpoons, iguanodon saddles, loads of tools as well in here, such as sickle, pick, and hatchet. Parasaur, ravager saddles if you want those. There's a ton of BPs, some Sarko in there as well. Loads of Anki if you need that. Spider saddles, Arthroplura saddles, loads of frogs. Frogs is going to be something if you want to use that a lot. There's loads of saddles for those. A bunch of chitin gear now, some prefab crossbows, Diplodocus saddles. We also have in here some more fur, lots of ghillie as well. And some really good tool rolls, as well as some harpoon launchers as well. And we have some prefab made Ravager saddles as well as some shotguns in the bottom. And one simple pistol. So yeah, this loot is really quite something. Next, let's have a look at the cave purple drops. So it gets a bit more spicy in here. Scrolling down, you can see we've got a little bit of crossbow this time, but we'll be finding some more juicy stuff in the bottom. So flak is now cropping up a bit more in these ones. We also got long neck rifles. If you want some, might be the one for you to look in some purple drops. Parasaur saddles, just tons of those for blueprints. I seem to have rolled a lot of blueprints on this one. We have yearling saddles cropping up in here, scuba tanks, chitin, loads of that, loads of diplodocus, loads of bear, some Fabi sniper, electric prod, loads of flak in there, lovely, loads of fur and ghillie. Harpoon launchers, some more, not very many though, long neck in there. Megalania saddle, we also got Megalosaurus saddle, which should be really useful. Some tools, metal shields, Parasaur saddles again, roll rat saddles on this one, and some more scuba stuff. So there you go, and some yearling as well. For the cave yellow drops, let's have a look at these. These should be really good. Basilisk straight off the bat, baryonyx as well. We're going to scroll further through. Gigantoraptor, if you like those, there's a few in there. Karkinos as well is in here. Megalosaurus, tools, riot shields, scuba, Anki, Spino, yearling, assault rifles, quite a nice mix in here actually. More frog saddles, charge lanterns, climbing picks of really good quality, crossbows, and Fabi Ascendant sniper rifles are showing their heads now in here. Some more Ascendant Gigantoraptor saddles, crab saddles, long neck, not that many as the before. Some really good pump action shotguns in here that are dropping. Riot gear, scuba, Spino saddles, there's just loads of those. And that is that. And in the big red ones, let's have a look in here. This is where our yummy loot is. So assault rifles, frog saddles, Barry, charge lantern, crossbow, none of that's interesting, right guys? Passo saddles, snipers, flak, a lot of flak actually, fur, a gene scanner BP, Gigantoraptor BP, we got some Hazzies as well in here, quite a lot of hazard gear, Karkinos, quite a lot of that, And we have Riot in here, a lot of Riot BPs. Rock Drake saddles, if you want that, you can get it in red cave drops. We have some Spino saddles, assault rifles, a lot of assault rifles. Some really good Barry and Basilisk saddles as well. Charge lanterns, climbing picks, bear saddles, electric prods, Dodic saddles, fabricated sniper and pistol, a bunch of Faso saddles. It's a very common drop, it seems, in here. A little bit of flak, loads of Gigantoraptor saddles in this one, like tons of them. Some really good hazard gear in here, but not like a lot has rolled for me, surprisingly, for that kind of thing. Loads of Megalosaurus saddles and Megalania, Parasaur, and loads of pump action shotguns have rolled for me on this one. You get Ravagers saddles as well, and loads of Rock Drake saddles pre-made as well. You can see I've got like nearly 2 rows sitting there, which is quite nice. Simple pistols, Spino saddles, just so many Spino saddles, and Yeelings. Now that's the best you're going to get loot-wise, but just in case you're curious, I wanted to make this an ultimate guide of all loot, so you wouldn't be missing out, especially when it comes to the surface. So we're going to our just general drops that you can find out in the world. So you can find these in the green section, the blue section, or the red section, and it'll be usually out where you live. And you can find these little, like, it looks like cave drops, but they are your equivalent to just normal supply beacons you get on a normal ARK. And we're going to start off with white. We also have ring drops as well. You can get ringed cave drops for just the surfacey bit. Hard to explain these ones, honestly, but let's have a look in here. The white ones are not bad, actually. I haven't got like many of these on show. I just wanted to give you a quick example. You got some forges. Ravager saddles also drop in white drops, which you might find really helpful, actually. We're going to also go over to the white rings drop and have a quick look in there. You might be quite pleasantly surprised by seeing you can get Ravager saddles, pikes, Anki, frog, jerky, Diplodocus saddles, which is kind of funny. Even Dodic saddle dropped in these, and a bunch of fur for some reason. Apparently you're really cold on this map. Loads of thatch and some arrows. Checking out our bog standard green ones next. So let's have a look in here. So you can see a bunch of Sarco, Iggy, Anki, Diplodocus, spider, kite and stuff. Loads of jerky. Sickles, pikes, and a bunch of rare flower and mushroom if you want that, as well as some more Ravager saddles if you want some free ones of those. And we've upgraded to some wooden gear and a toilet. Next we'll be looking at the green ringed drops. In here you pretty much got a similar assortment of stuff, although I'm seeing artifact pedestals in this one, and a chance to get some crossbow BPs as well. There's a couple that dropped in here. Loads more fur for some reason, if you need it for another map to transfer it over. Ideal, honestly. And a bunch of parts in here, such as thatch and wood. For our blue drops, they get a little bit more spicy. Let's have a look. Arthroplora saddles have started popping up. Carno, Bear, Parasaur. We have Yeeling in here, actually, as well. You can get at a low quality. It's not good quality in here, honestly. But you can get a ton of soups in this one. Gunpowder. You could also get a chance to get a long neck rifle BP out of here as well, or just a general made one. If you need sap, you can get loads of sap with these ones, as well as stone parts such as cliff platforms, toilets, and etc. Now that was a little flat, but the blue ringed ones are a lot better, I tend to find. As you can see, a lot better, and I actually got a really good long neck rifle BP in here that cropped up, which is really nice, as well as some good metal tools as well. Also you can get scuba and a chance for a pump action shotgun in here, which is insane if you can roll that. Arthroplora saddles, Carno saddles, beer, bug repellent, loads of kite and stuff, crossbows, lots of crossbows. Lots of bear saddles, Dodic saddles, fur, ghillie, harpoon launchers, a lot of those, and some more long necks. So you might actually pull a really nice long neck out of here. And then some more sap, loads of sap, Ravager saddles, normal shotguns, and a ton of stone items as well in this one. Continuing with our quick fire drops, we move on to the purple drop. And here we go, loads of blueprints for ammo in this one. Megalania's cropping up, roll rat as well. Loads of advanced bullets. If you need those, these are the drops for you 100%. But we got a bit of flak propping up in here. Soups, elevator pieces, library storage. Long neck is also popping up in here a little bit. Roll rat saddles, sap, and just a ton of structures again in this one, and some Ealing saddles. In our purple ringed variants, let's have a look at these. We have some more advanced bullets for days and some Spino saddle, air conditioner, assault rifle off a Plora. We have some chitin stuff. We have a compound bow showing up in this one, which is nice, and a bunch of really good flak. So that should be quite nice. Well, it's not really, really good, but it's decent, hey. We also got some Megalosaurus saddles and Megalania saddles, organic polymer, platform saddles, scuba gear, and a bunch of stone gear as well. Next, we're moving on to our pretty yellow drops, which is always a nice sight to see. In here, again, the quality is a bit lackluster, but we'll go through it. So we have Faso saddles, Gigantoraptor saddles, Karkinos, Rock Drake is also popping up in these yellow basic drops, so worth having a look. Basilisks, charge lantern, batteries, electronics. Fabby snipers also popping up in this one, although not very good quality. Giganto, Karkinos, loads of that. We also have some metal structures popping up in here, riot gear, some more Rock Drake saddles popping up, and some Spino as well as Yeeling is popping up in here. For our yellow ringers, let's have a look. We actually got quite a nice Rock Drake saddle in here. I'd be quite happy to have that pop up, hey. That would be really nice. Some advanced bullets as well. Hazard stuff is also in these yellow ringers. Basilisk saddles, quite a lot of assault rifles, Fabby snipers, compound bows, flak gear, Gigantoraptor saddles, also the goo gun is in this one. We also have some more Hazzies, Karkinos a little bit, Parasair, loads of polymer, loads of metal pieces. You can get some pump shotguns in here as well. A few more cropping up, a bit more. Some really good Rock Drake saddles as well, Spino saddles, just loads of Spino saddles, and another Yeeling saddle. And finally, we have our red drops. So you'll probably find these more in the red zone, if I'm honest with you. So Basilisk saddles, Faso saddles, Rock Drake saddles, a lot of those actually. Spino saddles, with some ammo in here as well. We have a chem bench also popping in here, and quite a few broths of enlightenment, which is nice. Fabby snipers, loads of Faso, loads of Giganto, a bit of hazard, which is very lackluster, all very primitive in there for some reason. Karkinos, we have a bunch of metal pieces to build with as well in here. Some pump action, but as you can see, the quality in here is actually really, really low compared to some of the drops you can get. But I mean, you won't complain for a free Rock Drake saddle, which you can get quite a few of those. And some stopwatches as well as Spino saddles. Hopefully the red ringers get a little bit better. And I'll say they do quite a bit. So climbing picks in here, compound bows, Barry saddles, Faso saddles, Karkinos, pump shotgun, BPs in here as well as Spino saddles, loads of Spino saddles. Ascendant, assault rifles, there's Ascendant one there. Electronics, compound bows, Fabby sniper rifles, a lot of those. More Faso saddles, more Gigantoraptor saddles. Quite a decent amount of hazard as well as dropping. But the good stuff in here, honestly, is like the industrial cooker, the forge, the grinder. That's insane. Love for getting those for free. They're so expensive. We got some metal building pieces, a bunch of pump shotguns in here as well. Riot gear galore. Some more Rock Drake saddles, Spino saddles, veggie cakes, and more Yeeling saddle, which is very common in drops. Oh, and that's all the drops. That's a lot of speaking. Hopefully you're still hanged on there. Make sure to use the chapters to help you out as well, so you know which drops where, and you can always come back to this video and just flick through the chapters. It should also be in the description if you can't use the chapters for timestamps if you need it for this video. Hopefully that helps. But what is the verdict on where I would kind of loot, I guess? Blue surface is kind of surprising, honestly. Well, not surface, blue cave drops. There we go. Cave drops, pretty nice. The artifact cave drops are really, really good. This is definitely what you want. It is a bit of a pig when they're in the artifact cave though, so if those are really busy on official, then maybe you could want to look towards surface drops. And if not surface drops, then you can always just try just the normal world ones. And now you know which ones are kind of poo and which ones are really good. So there you go. Let me know what drops you're going to be going for now and what you're going to be farming it up in this lovely Aberration world. If you'd like to see more videos like this, let me know in the comments down below. I plan to do some quite big videos for Ab, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of those or any ARK content on my ARK channel. But either way, thank you for watching. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.